Got a new toy. That's right, picked up another pinball machine. Originally I was actually supposed to get 2 new pinball machines. I rented a cargo van and everything to go pick them up. 2 different machines, 2 different sellers, but they were a very close vicinity within one another. The second machine unfortunately just didn't pan out because the guy ended up selling it out from under me, even though we had already agreed upon when I was supposed to pick it up, how much I was supposed to pay for it. Don't do that. If you're a seller, don't be that guy. But anyways, I got an awesome new pinball machine that I'm absolutely in love with. Got it for a great price, namely because it had a lot of issues and needed some TLC, and that's kind of my bread and butter is I try to find things that need some TLC and some repairs so I can get them for a better price, do the repairs myself, and get them up and running again. A couple of the main issues when I first got this machine home, started tearing it down and diagnosing root cause analysis type stuff of what was going on with it. First and foremost, the machine was continuously restarting itself. You'd get a ball, maybe 2 balls into a game, and it would just shut down, reboot, start back up, and then you'd go through that process over and over again. Typically something like that is a red flag indicator that you've got issues with your power driver board, or at least consistent voltage. These older machines typically have a 5-volt dialed where you can increase the voltage, and a lot of people do that instead of actually diagnosing what the issue is and going root cause analysis and finding the actual problem. Previous owner had obviously done that because he'd pretty much dialed it all the way up, which is definitely a no-no. It'll get you through some short period, but it ends up causing more troubles down the line, and I found all those troubles, and unfortunately it took me a while. Spent an afternoon with the soldering iron and the voltage meter, but replaced 6 transistors between the MPU and the CPU, as well as a couple of capacitors, but now everything runs flawlessly, no issues whatsoever, so I'm glad that is all taken care of. It's not really a costly repair, but you got to know what you're doing, and you got to be steady with a soldering iron because a lot of these spots are very, very teeny tiny, specifically on the back of the power driver board. Other issues, the flippers themselves were weak. The left flipper was making an ungodly hum noise. It's kind of known issue slash known thing for the older STERN machines to have some sort of hum to them. You can get rid of it for the most part, but it's not exactly a problem. It's just a nuisance, and it's a nuisance that I wanted to address while I was rebuilding the flippers. Rebuilt all 5 flippers. That's right, this game has 5 flippers. Super fun aspect of the game, but it's also a freaking nightmare when it comes to repairing, and the time it took to bust all my knuckles and cut my fingertips replacing all the components on 5 different flippers. But got that squared away. One of the pop bumpers wasn't working, so I took apart all the pop bumpers, rebuilt those. Now everything's hunky-dory there. All 3 pop bumpers firing smooth, firing quick, rapid succession, exactly how you want it. So that was the gist of the problems. That I know I'm probably skating over it, making it sound lesser than it is, but that was the mechanical issues. The rest of it, it's just me gussying this up and really adding a lot of cosmetic touches to it. In fact, so many cosmetic touches that I had to write it down, otherwise I'll forget it. So changed out all the leg levelers. They were old, crusty, rusty, and looked garbage. Put new bolts as well on the legs themselves. What else? Oh yeah, tore down the machine from top to bottom, cleaned it, waxed it, made everything nice and shiny and didn't have years of crud and dirt on it. Added side armor and hinges that have the nuclear logo, which is, very akin to the Simpsons. Eventually going to get all the armor powder coated, but my local powder coating guy is backed up for like a month, so I'm just waiting on him to free up, and this is going to be bright yellow. Going to add some T-molding around the back box, but still waiting on the powder coat guy to get free up for that one. Added new keys and lock. When I got the machine, it was missing the top barrel lock for the back glass itself, so put a new one there. Got new keys, of course, replaced everything. Got the new / old stock key fobs, the original key fobs that came on the Simpsons Pinball Party. So I got one for my translite key and one for my coin door key. added speaker lights as well as Duff beer can trim logos, so we got some nice little ambiance there. Got rid of the standard DMD and replaced it with a color DMD, the LCD version. The LCD version is, in my opinion, the coolest one and the best one to get because it gives you different options. You can have solid lines, you could have dot lines, you could have extra large lines. Specifically for Simpsons and South Park, this is kind of the vibe I wanted to go with. It colors all the dots in, it makes it look like true color animation, and it's fantastic. It blends so nicely with this game. This game, you know, in South Park, one or two titles specifically coming from the animation world that just need color DMDs. Other little piddly things it is, 3D printed a little, again, isotope radioactive logo for the start button. It's illuminated, covers the start button so I don't have wear and tear there, plus it blends in with the Simpsons theme. Also 3D printed a shooter lane while I was waiting for the Cliffies to arrive. Also put on a LED trough light, so a little LED strip that goes behind the ball catch there. There's a couple other things that I'll go ahead and showcase what I went through while I was doing it for you right now. All right, we got some new add-ons for our signs, little Target decals. So we got one for Auto, Vance Pops, we got Lisa back here, comic book guy, Apu in the Quickie Mart. We got the 3 bullies over here. So basically what this does is just puts on a decal on each one of those targets. So they're not just bland with the plain old target. I actually want some, you know, visual cues for newcomers, plus it just dresses it up nice. We also got a replacement for the garage door since we're bashing that all the time. That one's actually not too terribly torn up. I could probably clean it up, but it just makes more sense to go ahead and replace it while I'm in here messing with everything else. While we're in here messing with everything, I'm gonna go ahead and put on brand new Titan rubbers. I've already started, got a lot of clear ones on there. I'm kind of picking and choosing which ones I want to make clear, which ones I want to make, you know, bright pink to go with the donut theme. Also got a new decal for down here on the lockdown bar mechanism. Titan makes these, they dress it up really nice. Makes it nice and clean, that way it doesn't look like, you know, just crusty, rusty metal. So we'll throw that on there, cut that hole for the tournament button because I'm going to install that as well, and we should be up and running. All right, next up I'm going to install this LED backboard from arcadeupkeep.com. I used one of these on my South Park machine when I restored it and I absolutely loved it. Basically, it's an entire back panel that's full of LEDs, so you get a much more evenly distributed amount of light for the back box glass and your translight and everything, so you get a more even lighting overall. Plus, you can wire this up and it comes with instructions to let you know how to automatically dim the lights when the game starts, so you don't have to worry about playfield glare on your glass or anything like that. So really cool. It's also a plus is it's a huge power savings. So the normal bulb, it's a bit power hungry, and we're dealing with a power distribution board that's over 20 years old at this point. So anything I can do to lower the strain on that thing is awesome. Normally I would just put an LED bulb in there and replace this, this old tube one, but this is actually going to do a much better job than just the LED bulb. Plus, like I said, it allows you to dim the back glass when the game starts, which is an awesome feature, and that reduction of the power. So win-win. Got rid of the batteries on the original MPU board, replaced it with NVRAM, something I suggest everyone does. It's like a $40 upgrade. You don't ever have to worry about batteries or corrosion again. It's just mind-boggling to me in a modern day that people are still throwing batteries in their, thousands upon $1,000 machines, when that's the very thing that could, cause the most damage to their machine. But anyways, enough talking about it. Let's go ahead and showcase some gameplay. Guys, let me know your opinions down in the comments below. Have you played this machine? What do you think of Simpsons Pinball Party? All right, missed this good shot. Short.
Kid, get out of here! What are you doing? I'm waiting. Nail that crowd! For Flash, you are not.
Up to the living room.
Ay, caramba!
Missed it.
Shoot the right through!
Stack 'em.
The monorail's out of control! We need an
Again.
anchor!
It's like right off the tip of the flipper.
Time for
Multi-ball.
Somebody's got to make room for a few kids.
Let's play for that Right, Miss Skinner.
Please abstain.
Double bumpers! Double jackpot!
Ah, geez, another criminal. Nail that pound!
Double jackpot!
Let's go on the couch.
Let this dog part out.
I'll get up there, man. Floss.
Double jackpot!
Should be one
Wake me when it's break
couch
time.
multi-ball. Nope, missed it. Start the mode.
Are you ready to get up?
There we go.
What's that? Open up, Simpson. You're under arrest.
Party multi.
Good! Party pinball. We'll see about that. Good!
I don't care who you are. Joe Frenzy's funny.
We need an anchor.
Fail.
Shoot the garage! Ooh, spooky treehouse.
Mr. Smithers, it's happening again.
This is a piece of cake.
Oh, baby. A little help here. Oh, no.
Ah,
Come on, Cal, man.
Should nudge that.
We're doomed!
Nuclear disaster.
Well, the Flash, you are not.
Thanks, comic book guy. You jerk.
Your bottom line is impressive.